Lovely starshine lights my way to bed. Magic rainbows glisten in my head. Just like a child I live in Wonderland. All my dreams are coming true.
Hi, and welcome to Handmade by Ditsy Tulip. I'm Mel, and thanks for stopping by. First of all, apologies that I didn't post a video last week. Unfortunately, I came down with the flu, the proper flu where you can't get out of bed for a week. So I didn't do any sewing, didn't do any videoing because I really didn't have anything to share. So apologies that I did skip a video last week. But I'm back and I have made one thing this week, which is sewing related, which is a lovely new skirt. So I'm going to share that with you today, and I'm going to share with you another couple of things that I've made on the Cricut machine, where I've started to now use the heat transfer to decorate some tops. So if you're interested in that, then do watch on. So let me start by sharing the skirt that I've made. This is it. You can see it's a mini skirt. It's the Deer and Doe Agave, I think it's called Agave. I'll put some text in if I'm wrong. But yeah, this is their pattern, and I think I'd kind of got a little bit out of the swing of sewing with being poorly for a week. So there was a couple of things that went wrong, but I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. It's just my style, and it gave me something to use up this beautiful rich gold velvet fabric. And I lined it with silk dupion, so it's absolutely gorgeous. That just makes it really special. I think the combination of velvet and silk is amazing. And I just want to say, this silk, a very lovely lady donated 3 pieces of silk dupion to me. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, and I've been waiting for a really special project to use the red, because red isn't a colour that I wear on the outside because it doesn't really suit me, it's a bit too harsh, but I've been waiting for something really special to use it as a lining, and this is it. I absolutely love it. So what I'll do first of all is just skip over to a screen recording and tell you a little bit about the pattern, and then I'll tell you how I got on with making my version. Okay, so here I am on the Deer and Doe website. So what it says about this skirt is that it's a high-waisted A-line wrap skirt with isometrical panels. Version A is reversible and version B is finished with a facing. For the sizing, in the printed pattern it's from 34 to 46, and in the PDF it's 34 to 52. And you can see on the photos there's some lovely versions. Okay, so as you saw there, this pattern is designed to be isometric, so it should come down longer at the front here. Now that's the first thing that went wrong for me when I was sewing this skirt. It's quite a simple pattern actually, and comes together really easily, and it instructs you on the pattern piece to chop off the length on this inner piece of the skirt so that you can't kind of see it hanging down when this piece is longer. And I made the skirt up in the velvet, I made it up in the red silk. I then found that I'd forgotten that the pattern needed to be flipped for the lining, because of course with the lining you want the darts to be hidden on the inside. So what I actually did is chopped opposite sides short. So what I needed to do is chop it off and make it all one length. So that's the first thing that went a little bit wrong for me, but actually I really like it in one length. I think next time I make it I may try the isometric just to see what it's like, but I think it's a really lovely shape just being one length as well. So that was the first thing that went wrong. The second thing, I absolutely love how this silk and velvet work together. However, because they're quite different fabrics, what I did find is, although I cut them out exactly the same, when I was sewing them together, the velvet stretched and the silk didn't, so it was quite difficult to sew in a reversible manner that this skirt is designed. And that brings me on to the second thing. I think if I was making this skirt again, I did, although I knew I would never wear this reversible because the red doesn't really suit me, although I guess never say never, and I have got the option now to be able to wear it reversible. I think if I was making it again with a fabric like the velvet, I would make it like a standard lined skirt rather than the velvet. And the reason being, I think when you're making something reversible, you just don't quite get the sharp hems that you do if you're making it something standard with a standard lining inside. So I have given it a really good press, which has made the hem much better. But there's still like a little bit of, I don't know how to explain it, maybe bubbling. So yeah, what I may need to do is top stitch the hem, just so that lays a little bit flatter. And you may not have those issues if you're using different types of fabric. I think because the velvet is such a thick and heavy fabric, I did find that it just looks a little bit bubbly, but certainly not enough to stop me from wearing this skirt. The next thing I want to say I absolutely love is the darts on this skirt. I think that's so flattering. Let me just bring it in closer and show you. So you can see you've got the darts at the front, 2 darts there, and then you've got a dart which just goes on the folded edge there, and then underneath you've got the darts there. And I just think the way that they've been designed, they really curve very well to the shape of the body around that tummy area. So yeah, really pleased with the shape of this skirt. And then you can see I've added 2 buttons. So I've added some brass buttons. I never get on very well with buttonholes, so I did end up having to unpick a buttonhole and sew it again because I'd sewed it too close to the top. But once I'd unpicked it, it turned out fine. And then the other thing to mention is I didn't interface the waistband at all. And I knew that was taking a little bit of a risk because sometimes I've not interfaced waistbands before and they've ended up not holding their shape correctly. But I thought that this velvet is so thick and so heavy, it may make it too stiff with an interfacing, and I didn't have any knit interfacing in my stash. So I took a risk and it worked out fine. I don't think it looks like it's out of shape, and when it's worn, it makes it nice and comfortable, because I think if I'd have interfaced that with interfacing that's a similar weight to the velvet, it would have been so stiff. And especially as an IBS sufferer, where sometimes you need a little bit of expansion, that may have made the skirt really uncomfortable. You also have darts at the back, so hopefully you can see there, which give it a nice shape, sitting into the small of your back as well. I've not photographed it yet because I just haven't been at home when there's been any daylight. Hopefully I'll get to take some photos today, and if I do, I will insert a link in the video notes so you can have a look at that in more detail being worn. But I will definitely make this again. In fact, I'm waiting for some lovely leopard print wool to arrive from minerva.com, and I think that's going to be my next version of this skirt. But I think I'll just sack off the idea of making it reversible, because at the end of the day, I thought as well, am I really ever going to wear this reversible? Because who's going to want to wear velvet on the inside? You certainly wouldn't be able to wear it with tights because it'd cling to everything. So I think I'm going to sack off the idea of making it reversible and just stick to a standard lined skirt, where the lining is from a purpose point of view to make it comfortable to wear and to stop it from clinging to things, and I'll use whatever fabric I like on the outside. So yeah, that's it. That's the sewing that I've done this week. I was so pleased that I managed to get a little bit of sewing in, because I was wiped out pretty much for nearly 2 weeks. Just one thing that I'd forgot to mention is when I tried the skirt on, I did find that it felt a little bit too loose, and because I suffer with IBS, my waist measurement can change by a good inch or so from 1 hour to the next. So what I've done to help with that is I've added 2 buttons, so then I can make it a little bit tighter or a little bit looser depending on what type of day I'm having with the IBS. So I did find on the photos that I've shared, it wasn't quite sitting high enough on my waist, and that was because it was just a little bit loose, but now I've added the extra button and can tighten it up, it fits perfectly. Then the other things I just wanted to share with you, so I've been sharing a couple of the things I've been making on the Cricut machine, and I did my first attempt at heat transfer, and it was Christmas jumper day at work, and I didn't make this jumper. This is one that I got from TK Maxx. It was only a £5, which you know, I needed to make something quite quickly and didn't have time to make my own, so I got this sweatshirt, and then I cut out in silver foil heat transfer vinyl, I think it's called, these lovely Christmas trees, and added them to the front. I added snowflakes to the arms, and on the back I added a Noel sign. I was really pleased with how that turned out. It got lots of lovely comments when I wore it at work, and it was much easier than what I thought to do the heat transfer vinyl. Much easier, it wasn't difficult at all. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I've made a gift for my eldest daughter, who is crazy mad on Shawn Mendes. And what I decided to do is print the lyrics of one of her favourite songs onto this sweatshirt, and added a couple of love hearts. I'll just bring it in to show you. So again, I've used the foil in like a copper colour, and my daughter's got red hair, so I thought that would match really nice for her, and I think she'll love that. And hopefully she won't watch this video. I don't think she very often watches my YouTube videos, so this will be a nice surprise for her. And I do plan on making some things for my youngest daughter as well, who's football mad. She's really follows Stoke City, so I was thinking of maybe doing something for her with some of the lyrics from one of the football songs. So that's it, that's all I wanted to share today. I do have some sewing planned, although Christmas is just round the corner now, and for Christmas week I do pack all my sewing stuff away and allow the dining room, which is now my sewing room, to be turned back into a dining room for the Christmas period. So how much I'll have to share with you over the next couple of weeks I'm not sure, and I do plan to take a full break away from it to spend time with the family over Christmas week. So I may share a video next week if I have made anything. If not, I will see you in a couple of weeks, and have a wonderful Christmas. So thanks for watching. Do leave any comments to let me know if you like what I've made, or if you've got any questions about the skirt pattern, or about working with the Cricut with the heat transfer vinyl, then just ask them in the comments. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you very soon.
My dreams are coming.
Bye.
All my dreams are humming. All my dreams are